All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is officially, well, let's address some things first. As you know, there's just two of us today. I mean, they don't know, but as you can see,
yeah, now you can see that.
There's just two of us. Brendan is currently in college, doing some great things in the musical therapy world. So he's got some busy times coming up. He's finishing up some things he has to get done for school. So he will not be with us for the next few episodes. So instead of doing regular Chair Shot vlog episodes, we are going to do 4 weeks of uninterrupted Table Fire Tuesday episodes with some awesome guests, awesome questions. Today, we're doing a little bit of a flip-flop because John's asking the questions today.
Yes, I am. I got some pretty wild questions ready for Nick here.
We are also going to address one thing. Back to business.
Yeah.
Brendan's stepping away because he can't hang. Not my problem. This is my problem. We need to figure out who this is going to go to. So
I think you should just hand it to me.
I don't think we're going to do that. And I don't think they want us to do that.
I think they do. Don't you want a loving champion? Come on. It's all about me. It's just for me.
How about this? Next week on Table Fire Tuesdays, we're going to have a guest. I'm getting Chris, Slim Kid Chris, back on the podcast next week. He's going to be the officiator for our interim Chair Shot Chronicle title winner.
Which will be mine.
Oh, I don't think so. But for now, I'll keep it safe. One more thing we have coming at you next week is we're probably going to do another tournament on our Instagram. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should have been there. You should have been following the Instagram.
It was
at
amazing.
Chair Shot Chronicles. Our buddy John right here made a awesome Who is the Best WWE Champion tournament bracket. We let the people vote. We had Orton. We had Stone Cold. We had Rollins. We had Punk. We had Edge, we had AJ, we had Cena, we had Bruno Sammartino, we had Brock Lesnar, we had Hulk Hogan, Eddie, Flair, Triple H, The Rock, Kurt Angle, and Shawn Michaels. Those numbers all added up and got it down, and in the finals came down to Shawn Michaels and John Cena. And John Cena stole the win.
He really did. I was shocked.
Which is odd because in the polls, HBK was pulling it up for a little bit. And Cena came back with a vengeance.
He did.
So, be on the Instagram so you can get awesome tournaments and fun brackets that John be doing.
Now, I know you're thinking on these listed names, where are some of the other greats? Like Bob Backlund, Diesel.
Exactly.
Maybe you'll get a part 2 to this WWE Championship tournament.
Drop in the comments what you want John to do next for a certain title. If you have people that you thought we left out, say who you thought we left out.
Yeah.
So we can get them on the next list. First, let's jump into it.
Yeah, let's definitely do that.
Fun week in wrestling. I still think that AEW was a little bit more entertaining than WWE.
Yeah, they were.
If we start off with Raw. Rhea, we had her go, I guess you would say, complete heel.
Yeah, pretty much. She did a whole promo on Liv Morgan. They got to a backstage brawl. But do we think this is leading into joining Edge's new faction, Judgment Day?
I think it would be interesting. I think it might be dull if she just becomes a heel, and just does things her own thing.
I don't think so. I think she can pull it off as a heel. She's done it before in NXT UK.
I just feel like it'll be the same old thing.
I don't think so. She hasn't been a heel since 2018.
Yeah, but what would be on the line? It would just be, I feel, the same type of story that it was on NXT. I feel like with Edge, I mean, I don't think she should do it right away. I think she should totally do it a little bit like running it by herself,
yeah.
But then join forces. So it doesn't look like Edge made her bad.
Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with that.
What else we got?
Speaking of Edge,
we had
Damien Priests versus Finn Balor. They screwed over Finn.
Had Edge come out and distract him.
This is possibly leading into a AJ and Finn Balor club teaming up. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. Because we're getting Edge and AJ at WrestleMania Backlash.
It would be dope to see them match AJ and Finn together because, like, I feel like they don't really ever, like, acknowledge them as
They
the
only
two
have
club
once.
members.
They've only done it once, and they had an impromptu match at TLC 2017.
Yeah, but it's always one of them leading the other two dudes. Like,
Yeah, but they had a one-on-one match because of, like, Brady getting sick or whatever, and after the match, they did the Too Sweet actor to kind of acknowledge we're from the same...
That's dope. I would love to get
from
more
the same
of that.
side. So I think it's going to lead to a pretty wild team.
Yeah, that would be dope. I would be so down for that.
Yeah. What else have we got from Raw?
Asuka.
Oh
Asuka
my
came
God,
back,
I'm
and
so
as I
happy.
figured, I mean, this was good. I expected her to go after Becky.
Yeah.
Especially with Becky handing her the belt over before, like, walking away.
And Becky doesn't have a feud right now.
Yeah, so I feel like it made sense.
Flicking her in the nose.
Yeah. That was funny. I'm glad, like, she came back and talked a little bit of shit, too.
Yeah.
Like, and it wasn't just, like, her coming back and doing some silly shit.
Yeah, that's how Asuka should be.
Yeah, that was dope.
I wish she would go back to NXT Asuka, but
I don't know.
not
I
like
think
to
she
stay,
could strive.
not to stay in NXT. I'm talking go back to her NXT ways. Being undefeated, when she was doing that, it was amazing. Obviously, she can't be undefeated now, but
And then, honestly, next after Asuka, we had my favorite thing that's on Raw now is RK Bro.
They had the
RKO hit a fucking
celebration.
RKO on everybody.
They had a celebration for the 20th anniversary, which led to an 8-man tag between Randy Orton, Riddle, Ezekiel, and I believe it was Cody Rhodes, versus Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, and the Usos.
Yeah.
Which Orton did a crazy RKO
Dope
party
pair. I'm
there.
glad that we also got to see Cody and, like, Orton be on, like, the same
Yeah,
team
that
for a
was
little bit.
awesome.
That's also dope. Yeah, that was
We need
fun.
you, Ted. We need you, Ted. Ted DiBiase, please.
Speaking of returns, jumping over to Dynamite. Speaking of returns,
Whoa,
we
you
had...
missed a return. Hold on, sir. Mr. Mustafa
Oh!
Ali.
How could I
you
forget?
I think you should put your hand up for
I'll
that.
take it. I'll take two. For Ali. Ali's the boy. He's back. Hopefully they don't screw up what the fuck they're doing with him on TV.
Look, they must have really dug deep for him to get him to stay and come back to TV.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, like, it leads to him maybe getting a title and getting a little bit of a run. And I think people like...
Beat Austin Theory.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool. I don't know if they're going to do all
They
that,
probably
but that'd
won't,
be
but
wild.
that would be awesome.
Imagine Mustafa joins Edge. That'd be an interesting route for him.
It makes some type of sense. Edge was supposed to be the leader of Retribution a few years ago.
That would be interesting. Maybe they're just repackaging it and doing
That'd be
something different
awesome.
with it. That'd be fun.
Speaking of returns now.
Speaking of returns, jumping over to Dynamite, Phoenix is also back. Phoenix came back and friggin' delivered.
Yes.
He was doing some crazy shit in the ring.
We're gonna get Death Triangle and House
Yeah.
of Black. Oh my god. I'm
That's
so
gonna
excited.
be dope. So I know Brendan would be awesome. Like Brendan's totally excited for that shit. All the people who love House
Phoenix.
of Black.
I love
Brendan, you know
Phoenix.
Brendan loves House of Black.
I sure have just loved Phoenix.
Oh, I love that whole thing. They're
It's not even
all
the whole
great.
thing. I just love Phoenix. I'm a Phoenix maniac. I love him.
Yeah. Undisputed Elite came and debuted their new
Baby.
T-shirts.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
That's dope. I'm glad. I feel like in the past couple episodes we were talking about, like, who is necessarily, like, are they going to match up Bullet Club? Are they going to put the Red Dragons on a team? Like, are they all going to face each other? And
But
now they're all unifying.
I have a feeling it's not going to last long, but
Do you think it could set up like an Undisputed Elite versus Bullet Club type thing?
I could see that happening for Forbidden Door.
Because who
You
did
know
we just
what?
have join Bullet Club?
Juice Robinson. Oh
So
my
that
God.
Bullet Club's getting new members and they're just joining forces. So maybe
They just want a shitload of titles.
with the Forbidden
last
Door we
night.
can get something.
I think
like that.
Taiji Ishimori won the junior heavyweight, and Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale won the heavyweight tag titles from Will Ospreay's group.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure Wardlow heard that Phoenix was coming back because he went and trained with him and was doing some crazy
Hit a Hurricane Rana.
Hurricane Ranas and shit with Lance Archer. That match was dope.
Yeah,
That's
it
a
was.
dope match. Go check that out. It started off with Wardlow getting jumped. Lance Archer just friggin'.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I love that they're bringing Wardlow out in handcuffs with all the security guards.
Oh, and no music.
And no music. I think it's a great way to progress the story.
It's
with
like
him
you're
and MJF.
introducing him without giving him like a definitive gimmick.
Yeah.
So like it's not like, oh,
He's
remember when he used to
MJF's
come out to that?
bodyguard who
Yeah.
quit, and he's done. He wants to do his own thing, and he's gonna kill it.
Yeah, now he's
I
like
can
earning
guarantee
his
you,
spot.
in about a year, he could become AEW World Champion.
Oh, totally possible. Totally possible. Speaking of AEW World Champion, we got Hangman versus Punk.
Best in the
That's
world
confirmed.
versus Cowboy shit.
The match is going to be good. I don't know who's going to win. I don't know. I don't see Punk being the guy to beat Hangman.
I don't know. I see it, but I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't think that's what
I know a lot of people want it. Don't get me wrong.
I think
it would be
like,
awesome, but I just don't think it's time for him to win a world championship yet.
Yeah. I feel like it would diminish his run to lose to Punk, like out of people he's beaten.
Yeah. It'll kind of put Punk in that aspect of where he was at in like 2011, losing to Triple H. Like, you're losing to
Punk
a legend.
cheats to win.
That would be amazing.
And then he goes like.
Think about it. Serena Deeb's in AEW, and Serena Deeb was in the Straight Edge Society. You know who else was in the Straight Edge Society?
He did get that whole promo where he was like, "They want the old me."
You know who else just left WWE who could be in the Straight Edge Society with him?
Gallows?
Yes, but Joey Mercury. Because that's who was in the Straight Edge Society. I remember that very well. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got
Scorpio Sky picks up the win, takes the title.
Two-time TNT champ.
I'm just a little bored of the Sammy Guevara shit and going back and forth.
I think everyone
the TNT
is.
title. I just feel like
they're playing hot potato with the title.
Yeah.
I hope this takes Sammy out of the title picture for a little while. If you gotta put him in another mixed tag team feud, fine, but just keep him out of the TNT title picture for a little while.
Just for a little bit. It's getting stale doing a throwback.
Because let's be honest, he's not going to beat Hangman for the world championship.
Nah, definitely not.
He'll have to beat someone like Darby to become world champion if he has to. Or MJF. But it'll be worth it when the time comes.
Yeah. I mean, best part of Dynamite was totally FTR.
6-star match.
6-star match. Clean. Just delivered. I felt like they did what they did. They said they were going to do and delivered on a great match.
Yeah.
I liked that. It wasn't really like someone fully beating the shit out of the other person.
They were going back and forth.
It was just they were waiting to catch the other one on the other person's mistake, and I'm glad that he used his own roll-up to catch him.
Yeah, that was awesome. He went for the sharpshooter, then Cash rolled him up, and Dax reversed the roll-up with his roll-up, and it was just perfect.
So, stole it. And it was just like Cash just shook his head like, fucking guy got me, kind of.
And now we're going to get Dax in the Owen Hart tournament.
Yeah. Jumping over next, we had Darby advance on Rampage too.
Speaking of the Owen Hart
tournament, and then Ricky Starks came out and helped him.
Yeah, because he wanted to get his revenge on Swerve.
Yeah.
Which made sense.
Starting up with that with Swerve, I guess they're going to... I mean, I don't know if Darby's going to win that whole tournament. I feel like he could do more. He doesn't need that accolade.
I have two favorites to win this entire tournament, and sadly they're facing off against each other in the first round. And that's Samoa Joe and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, that's going to be a great match.
I want Kyle to win this whole thing.
I don't know. I think Samoa Joe's dominating right now.
Him. Yeah,
but with Kyle being in the Undisputed Elite, them getting that title under Kyle's belt...
They can help him, yeah.
Yeah, that would help him.
Speaking of Samoa Joe, still dominating with retaining his ROH TV Championship this week. I think it was against Trent. I think it was. Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, they had a good match, too. Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. So that was another great thing. But I just feel like Samoa Joe, I'm glad to see him in the ring again. The Baddies debut.
That was awesome.
They had a cool entrance. Not really sure how I feel about the two girls as a team. They don't really look like they were delivering anything crazy. To be with Jade, Jade is a freak of nature and physicality, so I feel like her being in peak physical performance, those girls I don't think match her standards.
Yeah, now that we're getting this team, I don't think we're getting a Jade Cargill face turn, but I'm fine with that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like her as a heel, so I'm not mad at that. Hookhausen.
Team or feud?
Team or feud. Hook, heel or face. Danhausen, heel or face. What does it all mean? I'm waiting.
Against Tony Nese, especially Tony Nese.
Yeah, they're giving us the most little bit of each week, I feel, with that story, so they know that people are waiting for it. I don't really care.
It's only a matter of time until Hook wins the FTW Championship from Ricky Starks. It's only a matter of time, right? Right?
It would be interesting to see them team up first, then him win it, and then Hook be like, I need that belt, kind of thing. So that would be fun.
Way to turn him and Taz face.
Maybe, yeah.
That'd be a good way to go against Hobbs and Starks.
Yeah. That's it for the recap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
totally the one thing that happened on SmackDown is that they scrapped the unification match.
Had Roman rip the contract, and we're getting a 6-man tag at Backlash.
I mean, I don't know.
Roman and the Usos versus Drew and RK Bro.
To me, it's confusing. Are they going to unify or not? Unifying, I feel, means you make it, you make your pool of people or teams to be contenders is broadened. And like you have the ability to have people bounce around on different shows, and the titles bounce back
Another
and
thing
forth.
that's making it really weird is I don't want them to stretch it to where they're doing this UK show. Because this UK show's in September.
Mm.
And Drew's probably going to challenge Roman at that UK show.
Oh, so you think they're going to stretch?
I just hope they don't.
Maybe I could see it happening.
And then fight at SummerSlam too?
Maybe.
Unless we get a big return at Backlash or something that leads to SummerSlam. Maybe it's Could you imagine at SummerSlam we got Cena and Roman too?
That'd be dope. I wouldn't be mad.
Another...
But
we
Roman's gonna
did
beat
go
him.
into the Cena returning last time, right?
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
In
We
June,
touched on it.
I said it in the group chat before, but I found out why he's coming back most likely for his 20th anniversary, June 27th.
Oh. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Yeah, so I could totally see it. I don't see him beating Roman, though.
No, but we could possibly get Roman and Cena too at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That could be the break off until Drew wants his match at the UK show.
Maybe.
It makes a decent amount of sense.
I'm just... I
What
wish
other
they would
UK
pull the
guys
trigger
could
on,
they-
like, this Samoan family rock thing instead of just milking
I wonder what other
doing.
UK guys could go like after Roman right now.
Mhm.
You have Finn, which they've done already. Sheamus would be wild.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know who else. It's a lot of... They're obviously going to put a UK guy in the main event for the show.
Yeah. I mean, Drew's probably the likely person.
Yes.
Yeah, so
that's pretty
recap,
much
I mean,
it. Yeah.
AEW, I feel...
Killed it this week.
Killed it this week. Raw did pretty good. I mean, I'm honestly, like, I feel like the only things that are really drawing me into Raw are RK Bro and that shit they're doing, and I watch
For me, it's
Cody.
RK Bro and, like, this Edge thing. This Edge thing's pretty interesting.
Yeah, the Edge thing, I just hope they, like, don't drop the ball. They're doing good so far.
Look,
I like that he's, like, addressing the haters' comments.
Yeah, with the Undertaker's purple lights.
Why you wearing suits and everything?
Using all these fancy words.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it for the recap.
That's it for the recap. We have a special guest, me, on Table Fire Tuesdays with John.
Yes, I'll be throwing some questions at you. Let's see what you got for me.
let's go. I'm
First
ready.
up, we got who's your favorite seller? And it cannot be Dolph Ziggler. Because I know you. You're a Dolph Ziggler maniac with selling. And I get he's your number one. So if you have to pick a number two, who would that seller be?
I'm gonna go and say it's a tie between, and I don't want to say it's a tie between them, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna pick a guy from each promotion,
Okay.
like WWE, AEW.
Oh, okay.
WWE, I'm picking Ricochet.
Wow. I thought you were going to say, like, Kofi or something like that. 'Cause
No, I
Kofi's
would
a
pick
great one.
Ricochet.
But okay,
Ricochet
that's fair.
delivers, and he does some crazy
does.
sells that I feel like even on other guys might look a little over dramatic, but on him they kind of
PRKO.
look normal.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I agree with you on that one. That's a good one.
AEW, I'm saying Darby.
Oh, okay.
I just think Darby, like, even on when he, like, misses coffin drops or does things like that.
He
like,
acts like he's dead.
yeah, my man, like, is throwing his body around. He's clean with it. So I guess I would say them two.
Okay. All right. Next up. This is an oddball question. Usually you get asked who are your favorite world champions, but who's your favorite cruiserweight champion ever? It could even be a WCW cruiserweight champion.
Wow.
Alright. If you want to go into light heavyweight championship runs, you can too, but who's your favorite, like, smaller guy to win the smaller championship?
For Cruiserweight Championship, I mean, I was a big... I don't know if this will upset people, but I was kind of a big fan of it when Enzo had it. The
Wow.
purple one. That was the only time I liked that belt. I feel like just because he brought
some flair to
it, yeah. But if I didn't say them, I'd probably say Chavo.
That makes sense. I kind of have to disagree with the Enzo part. I'm going Neville. King of the Cruiserweights.
Yeah, I would pick Chavo only because like I liked him in that feud where like remember when Hornswoggle stole the belt from him and
Yeah,
all
that was
that.
awesome.
Yeah, that was
Shane Helms.
Yeah.
Gregory Helms, like, yeah, great. Favorite U.S. champ? You have a favorite U.S. champ? And if they've held it multiple times, you can pick a certain run they've had with it.
I mean, was never a huge fan of the U.S. title, so I guess I would say Cena with the spinner.
With the spinner, really?
Yeah.
If I'm going Cena, I would say Cena too, but I would go with his 2015 run where he did all the open challenges.
Okay. I liked him with the spinner. That was just a dope way to introduce the spinner for that belt.
Alright, this is a multi-part question.
Okay.
But who's your least favorite wrestler, match, and pay-per-view?
So by pay-per-view, do you mean pick out of all the pay-per-views that exist, or like pick out of like what I watched? I hated that pay-per-view.
Yeah, like what you watched.
I hated the pay-per-view where they screwed and blew the Fiend. Lately,
Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, lately
Okay.
as I look back to, like, I can't stand that they did that, that's one of them.
The one at the Hell in a Cell where Seth won,
Yeah.
they did the DQ?
Yeah,
okay,
they
that
did
makes
whole,
sense.
like, no contest
Okay.
bullshit. I didn't like that. What were the other two?
Least favorite match. And least favorite wrestler.
Match is hard.
Like,
Because
what's
I
one that
feel
you
like-
remember that had, like, plenty of botches and just, like, shit hit the fan? Because I got a good answer for this.
Who would you say?
Undertaker versus Goldberg.
Oh, man, I'll co-sign you with that. That's going to sound lame that I'm not thinking of my own, but I'm definitely co-signing that. That
Okay,
match was
yeah.
all over the place.
And your least favorite wrestler? Yeah. I knew this one would get him.
Out of everyone, least favorite.
Off the top of your head, who was the first person to get that go? You go, oh, okay.
Currently, I thought Omos.
That's fair. That's fair, wow. Okay, I can see what you mean
He
by
was
that.
one of the first people I ran through in my head. If I didn't say him, I'm not sure. Maybe like... Wow, I don't know. Probably him. Probably
Yeah?
him. I hate guys that are just kind of pointless.
That's true. I
Like
can
guys
see
that are just there. Like, obviously he's there because he's a huge dude, but like... He's not even like yelling or spitting his own promos or talking shit. So
He's got
I feel like
MVP
it's
for him
very,
right now.
yeah, right. I mean, he always needs that because he had AJ before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'd say him for now.
Alright. Next up, we got who's a wrestler that nobody knows that you like? That you've had this, like, secret in a way that you just don't want, like, not that you don't want to admit, but you just never really thought about. But you go, I like him.
I guess I don't say it out loud a lot, but I'm a big, like, Cronus fan. John Cronus from
Oh, okay.
The Eliminators. Yeah, that dude, the way he was like a bigger kind, I don't want to know if you want to say like huskier, but he kind of was. Like he was a bigger dude. He wasn't like ripped up, but he was doing like cartwheels to elbows like in the corners and doing crazy shit. If I didn't say him, I guess it would be someone who inspired my nickname a little bit, and I would say like Dustin Rhodes, Gold Dust. Just the Gold, like I enjoyed the Goldust character.
Yeah.
I thought that shit was funny. I liked him in AEW. He had some great matches older. I mean, I hope maybe one day the guy lets me use his nickname. But
If I had to go with one that, like, I've never really went out there and, like, screamed out, I love this wrestler, it's Alex Shelley.
wow.
A lot of people say it too, but I never really go out and go, you know what, Alex Shelley is awesome. And I will say that now, Alex Shelley is
But
awesome.
where did you acquire this liking?
Oh,
for him?
TNA.
Okay.
Watching all old TNA clips, definitely. Including him with Sabin and the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah.
Alright. I like your answer for that one with
Thank
Dustin.
you.
Who is someone in your life that has influenced your love for wrestling? It could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be anybody, but who is someone that took your beginning love for wrestling and skyrocketed it?
Okay, so I think like growing up, it was maybe not cool, I guess, as a kid to like wrestling.
Yeah.
So like I feel like maybe I like eased away from like heavy talking about it or anything like that, but I was an fan like always, and I guess then having a little brother, so I'm gonna say you, having a little brother allowed me to like be like, I don't want to say gave me a reason, but like I even had a bigger excuse to be watching it, like, and then like I had like a buddy at home to be like watching and playing it with, like wrestling with, like all this shit. So probably you. I'll say you.
All right.
And especially now, like we're doing all this and we're doing a podcast about it. So hell yeah.
All right, dope. And this is the last question, but I know you're gonna have some cool story maybe. We haven't really gone out and said that you've trained in the ring before.
Mm-hmm.
You've trained at Wrestle Pro for a few months.
Yeah.
What was your favorite memory or moment while training in the ring? Or someone who sticks out to you very specifically?
I don't know if I'll pick a person because I met so many people and like interacted with so many, like there were people, like you're not like necessarily just learning from one person. Like,
Yeah, you're
there are
learning
multiple
from
trainers. And
Is there a
vets who are
person that's
guys.
probably like stuck out to you that gave you like the best advice?
I mean, I guess I would throw a shout out to like Sean Donovan and like Dan Moff. Those dudes are like kings of the indies in a way. Like Donovan, like, with intensity, like, seeing the dude in there move, like, my man, and he rocks that heel gimmick,
does.
so he's, like, good. And then
The king of old
Moff,
school.
seeing a dude the size of Moff move the way that Moff
Oh
moves,
my God,
with
I
the
love
intensity
Damien
that Moff has, that was also dope. I guess, like, just like, I mean, I remember, like, getting in the ring and just feeling it out and just feeling like, this is, like, comfortable. Like, I didn't feel weird in the ring. So I guess one of my moments is I got in, I took a couple first bumps, and Donovan was just kind of like, damn, did you train before? And I was just like, no. But I went in there a little bit with, like, some knowledge of, like...
I've wrestled at home, so I know...
Not even wrestling at home,
bit.
but I knew what to expect that they would ask me to do. Like, your bumps, you're running the ropes. And, like, if you don't really, like, know that, and, like, you just show up with, like, I don't even know what wrestling is, like, you're kind of, what are you doing here?
Who's Stone Cold? Like, with that mentality. Like,
yeah, I mean...
Like
these guys,
Cameron,
I also
my favorite
learned
match.
this. Like, you need to know your history and do your homework, because...
That's reminding me of the Tough Enough with Cameron, when she was like,
my
favorite match is Alicia Fox.
The only thing that
Melina.
exists is in WWE. Like, Stone Cold is not the standard in some people's eyes, I guess. Like, he's one of the greats, but, like, other people will go, you know this guy from Japan?
And you'll go, no.
And you'll go, no. And they'll be like, well, you should watch all of that guy's 5,000 matches, because he's better than half of these dudes on a technical aspect. Like, you know what I mean? So... totally that. I guess the things I learned, the people I met, all of it was great. Yeah.
Alright, well, that wraps that up for my questions for you.
Alright. Well, I think this was a super successful episode. We had a little recap. We had some dope questions. Guys, like, subscribe, share the videos to your friends, comment things you want to hear us talk about.
Follow the Instagram, Chair Shot Chronicles.
Next week we have the interim match. Come back for that. We're going to see which one of these lucky dudes is taking home the belt. So,
It's going to be me just,
see who's taking home the belt. Gonna get special guest Slim Kid Chris on here. Come back for that. Guys, thanks for joining us. This has been Table Fire Tuesdays, episode 3.
We'll see you next time.
Nick Natural. This is
Johnny Mega.
Peace out.